Howdy YouTube and killer off-road hobbies fans alike. This is going to be a quick rundown video of the CEN Colossus XT Reeper. Now, this is not a full my thoughts or review video by any means. This is just something I'm doing real quick after running this truck a couple times to kind of touch on some of the issues and any kind of settle anything that people might be thinking about this truck or like thinking that I'm thinking. I wanted to answer all of your comments and all of that stuff, but I figured the easiest way to do it so that there's not like, any mistaken comments or anything like that is to go ahead and just post this video and let you guys know what I'm thinking on video. That way it's just out in the open and you guys know what's going on. So let's get started. Let's make this video short. Hopefully hopefully this video is going to be short, but I'm already wasting time. There's not enough time, guys. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so first thing, we're just going to start with my bad experiences with this truck. This doesn't mean that I don't like the truck. This is just the experience that I've had. So right out of the gate, I had the front drive shaft issue. That has nothing to do with CEN or the durability of this truck or anything like that. It's just a quality control issue. It might happen to 1 in a million trucks. Of course, Killer Off-Road Hobbies gets the truck with a quality control issue. So that has nothing to do with the durability of the truck or anything. They just forgot to put the C-clips on that pin. The pin slid out. It kind of tore up the inside of the hub carrier a little bit. Nothing to write home about. When I ordered this truck, I got on eBay and I ordered extra parts for it. I have hinge pins, steering links. I've got the camber links for the rear. I've got A-arms. I ordered the shock rod ends after I got back from bashing that one day. So, I mean, if you guys need parts, there's parts on eBay. That's where I go to first. That's where I buy the majority of my RC stuff is on eBay. That's just how I am. The local hobby shop is about a 45-minute drive there and back, and they wouldn't carry stuff for the CEN anyway. So if you need parts, they're on eBay, or I'm sure they're probably on Amazon and stuff too. I'm just an eBay guy, but any parts you need, they're on there. Alright, so 2, shock oil. It comes with water in the shocks. Not really water, but water-thin shock oil. I looked around, I listened to everybody. Everybody seemed to be running about a 50-ish weight. So I went 50 in the front, 60 in the rear. I did the 60 in the rear because I used 2 3S packs that are pretty big. They're 5500 milliamp hour packs. Pretty heavy as far as batteries go. So I put 60 in the rear. People are saying that's why it started nosediving on me. So I'll go ahead and swap that out for 50. If it's still doing it, 45, I'll just tune it from there. Now, the third thing about this thing is the servo. Now, as I've said in my first run video with this thing on 4S, the servo works. It's not great. It's not horrible. It works if you're on a high traction surface and the truck is stationary and you're trying to turn the wheels. They will not turn. But as soon as you start rolling it, they'll turn. They turn fine. Do I think it's weird that they downgraded the servo? Absolutely. The A scale came with a 500 ounce, torque servo. This thing came, I think it's less than 300. I don't know the specs exactly, but I know it's nothing like the A scale. Not sure why CEN did that. Maybe cut costs. Maybe they thought it was sufficient enough. I don't know. But if you're a servo guy, you're probably going to change it out. If you're like me and you don't really care if the tires turn when it's stationary, you just care if it can turn itself when it's driving, you won't worry about it too much. It's not really a big deal. So that would be you know, one more thing. And another thing is the battery tray. I think it should have came with the strap to go over the batteries that I added, and I'll show you guys that. Outside of that, oh, another thing, the reason my shocks were popping off. So this thing, I have discovered the shocks bottom out before the chassis. So the shocks literally bottom out. That's bottomed out, and I can still put my fingers under the chassis. So that's why it's a shock popper. You know, that's just one thing that happens on some vehicles. It's, you know, the only reason it's a problem on this truck is because the shocks are set up single shear, which means that they just have one point of contact with the A-arm. So the shock sits down like this, has the eyelet on the bottom, and the screw goes through the eyelet into the A-arm. That's single shear. There's only one point of contact. Now double shear is where the eyelet's captured inside the A-arm and the screw goes through it. There's 2 points of contact on that. There's the inside, or there's the front and the back. So do I think it's kind of, you know, off that they did that? I mean, you know, it depends on how you look at it. You know, if you look at the X-Max, it's set up double shear top and bottom. This is single shear top and bottom. This is a lighter truck, but it is a huge truck. It is a heavy truck, and they should have just went the extra mile. Now, what do I think of this truck? I personally think it's awesome. I think this size, the 1/7, 1/6 scale monster truck, is going to take, I think they're just going to push out the 8 scale monster trucks. Not completely. There's always going to be people that love the 8 scales. I love the 8 scales. But it's a total different driving experience driving these things. I think these things are, I think there's going to be a bunch of companies that follow suit and make a 6 or 7 scale monster truck. It's the perfect size for a monster truck. I think anyways. Perfect size for a monster truck. It's big, it can run over anything, but you can still air it out. Like people said in the comments, you can jump it, you know, 10, 15 feet in the air, and it's still going to be okay. Now, you know, not picking on the Red Cat Rampage, but if you jump a Red Cat Rampage 15 feet in the air, you better be willing to spend some money, because it's not going to survive it. It's too big, too heavy. I think these things are awesome, but I would suggest to companies stick to monster trucks. I don't want to see 6 and 7 scale buggies or truggies. I like it being a monster truck. Monster trucks are supposed to be big, like this, have nice big tires. They're supposed to be bigger than other stuff. That's why they're called monster trucks. They're supposed to be monster trucks. So I would stress that I would only like to see these in this scale. Now, I know this 5th scale buggy, short course trucks, and all that stuff, that's all fine and dandy. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about this nice, big monster truck. Please leave it a monster truck. Don't take this chassis and make a buggy out of it, and a truggy, and a golf cart, and yada, yada, yada. So that's my thoughts on that part of it. I think this is the perfect size for a monster truck. Absolutely perfect. Now, you know, I have some people asking me whether I would get this or say like the Creighton, right? So everybody that's seen my channel at all knows that I absolutely love the Creighton. Like head over heels in love with the Creighton, right? I would have to say I would buy this thing over a Creighton if I had the money. Now, if $650 is the absolute top of your budget, I mean, you know, you might want to kind of see what's out there. But if you can afford $650 and you're looking for a big, fun RC, this thing is big, it's fun, and it's a completely different driving experience than driving the Creighton. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is. The size and just what this thing is capable of is awesome. It's really fun, and that's why I think this 6th and 7th scale is just going to take everything by storm. because it's a total different driving experience. You can just mow over anything with this truck, but it's still light enough and versatile enough to have a ton of fun with it. It can still do backflips and stuff like that. Of course, it's not going to do, you know, doubles and triples or quadruple backflips like the MT410, but this thing will do a single backflip easy. Now, I love the tires. These tires are awesome. I like how they're low profile. They don't balloon a lot. They also don't give you a whole lot of control in the air, but they are big enough to, you know, kind of sway the truck back and forth a little bit. I'm a huge fan of these tires because they work off-road. They will work on-road. You'll be able to get nice speed with them. They don't pizza cutter on you. I mean, I really like it. I really like this truck. So far, I really like this truck. Now, as far as choosing this over everything else, you know, this is a direct competitor with the X-Max. Do I wish I had an X-Max to compete with this? I do. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to drop on an X-Max right now. I just bought this in the T6, which it was either get this in the T6 or get an X-Max. So if I do end up getting an X-Max, it won't be for probably at least a couple months. But I do want an X-Max because of driving this truck. I want to compare the two, so that probably will happen, but like I said, not anytime in the really near future. Now, let's pop the top off of this, even though I love how the body looks. Now, I did put the washers on the shocks. You can run low-C springs on these shocks. They're the same size. You can even swap these out for the low-C shocks. Will the chassis bottom out before the shocks if you put low-Cs on here? I don't know. I don't know the length and stuff of the low-C shocks. I'm not sure, but it's possible. This is the battery tray mod I was talking about. This strap that goes over the batteries the other way of the two that came stock, just to make sure your batteries are sitting in there good. I think this truck is awesome. I'm just going to say that, you guys. It is fun, it's big, it's powerful, and it's a monster truck. Now, I see people arguing about what is the best truck, right? So, what's the best truck? Is it the E-Revo? Is it the HPI Savage? Is it the Arrma Creighton? Is it, you know, the Traxxas X-Max? Is it this? Is it that? You guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the best truck is, because everybody has their own opinion, and everybody's opinion, you know, not everybody, but most people are going to have a different opinion. Guys, this is Killer Off-Road Hobbies. You know, I started getting to a point where it was more about business than pleasure. You know, I was more worried about camera angles than I was worried about, like, having fun out there. And I didn't like that. So I got myself back to neutral, and I started having fun with it. But please, you guys, if there's something I'm doing in my videos that you don't like, let me know. If I'm talking too much in my run videos, if I'm not talking enough, if there's stuff you want to know about the truck while I'm driving it, you know, anything goes, you guys. Just comment, let me know, and I'll make it happen. But this is, you know, it's just a hobby, guys. It's not a big deal. Whatever you like, you like. Just, you know, keep it at that. It's not a war. It's not, you know, it's not who has the most money, who has the best truck, who has this, who has that, you guys. It's all about fun. Just having fun. Getting out there and having fun. And just stay tuned to Killer Off-Road Hobbies. If you're new here, please subscribe. You know, if you like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, go ahead and give it the thumbs down and tell me why. And I know I need to get new camera equipment and stuff. That is in the works, guys. I know I keep saying that, but it's, you know, it's all me right now, guys. So this is all money coming out of my pocket. You know, the channel's not making me any money. The companies aren't giving me anything. You know, this is all for you guys. You know, I'm doing this because I really like it, and I want you guys to know what you're going to get before you buy it. That's why I do these videos. So, you know, stay tuned, you guys. It's going to be awesome. 2017 is going to be a great year for Killer Off-Road Hobbies, and we got a lot coming up. So once again, get out there, RC, have fun, most important part, and we will see you guys in the next video. Once again, from Killer Off-Road Hobbies, telling you guys, peace.